Dataman FR is a bibliographic database jointly developed by FNEGE and Scanlitt, which allows its users to carry out document research. What distinguishes Dataman FR from other search tools is that it is built on a double logic of specialization and exhaustiveness. It is specialized because the publication referenced by Dataman FR only relates to the management discipline, which includes, of course, economics and firm governance. We go even further. Rather than covering all management journals, which do not all make sense for researchers as well as for their institutions, Dataman FR focuses only on the journals considered in the FNEGE journal ranking list. This ensures the scientific relevance of the results of a document research. It is exhaustive now because Dataman FR aims for complete coverage of all journals in the FNEGE list and the articles they publish. Thus, Dataman references 702 out of the 718 FNEGE journals, including all French journals. It includes more than 1.8 million articles from 76 publishers. Unlike other bibliographic databases, which highlight the coverage of thousands of journals, most of which are not recognized as scientifically relevant, while missing almost all French-speaking publications, or search engines which are dedicated to certain publishers, Dataman allows you to perform a literature search that is relevant to the management science research community. To log in to an individual account, you enter your username and password and click on Login. To connect with an institutional account, you enter your professional email address, then you will receive an email with a link inside this email that will allow you to connect to Dataman FR. Now let's have a look at the Dataman FR user interface. Dataman FR is presented in the shape of a relatively classic search engine, which you can query according to different criteria. According to the name of the authors, indicating their last name and their first name or ORCID number, according to keywords, according to the journal you wish to study by indicating its ISSN, that is the identifier of a journal, and finally according to the DOI of an article, that is the identifier of an article, if for example you wish to look at more specifically some given articles. It is also possible to limit the query by restricting the time interval for the dates of publications of the articles that you search for, or by targeting one or more specific areas of research, or even by only selecting some journals of a given rank in the FNEGE ranking list. You can also narrow the search depending on the language of publication. Now, let's have a look at what the FNEGE list is and how to navigate through it. FNEGE, in partnership with the members of its scientific college, publishes its ranking of management science journals every 3 years. This list aims to be a journal reference list for researchers, laboratories, evaluation bodies, management professors, and research institutions. It thus categorizes journals in 18 research areas like finance, accounting, or marketing, whose abbreviations presented here are available in the Dataman user guide. It classifies them into 6 ranks: 1 star, 1, 2, 3, 4, and EM, according to different criteria of quality and scientific rigor, but also with regards to their dissemination and their impact. Journals ranked in category 1 star are the main reference journals for each research area. There is generally only one such journal per area. Journals that are ranked EM are newly created French-speaking journals which are targeted by the FNEGE but whose level of development does not allow them to integrate the first level of the ranking, namely level 4. For more information on the methodology behind this ranking, we refer you to the FNEGE website. It is possible to explore the journals indexed in Dataman more specifically by clicking on the button FNEGE Journals. You can explore the list of journals from the FNEGE list that are indexed in Dataman based on the title of the journals, based on the publisher, based on journal ranking, based on their research area. You can choose to organize this list differently by clicking on the ordering drop-down menu. Now, in this part, we will show you how to perform different types of search with Dataman. In this example, we will carry out a keyword search based on the term business model, an important concept in management. After entering the keyword in the typing box, click on Search to identify the numbers of occurrences of these terms in the titles and abstracts of the 1.8 million articles present in the database. Here, we obtain 2,585 occurrences. The details of the results are presented in a table format. This is what the table looks like. All relevant bibliometric information of the articles present in the database and fitting your query is available. To explore results, scroll the table from right to left. To expand a cell and have access to its full contents, simply click on it. To reduce it, simply click again on it. It is possible to access the web page of an article by clicking on the corresponding link. As you have noticed, the table is very complete. It is also possible to eliminate some columns that you don't need containing information that does not particularly interest you. Click on Hidden Column and select Option with the drop-down menu that appears, where you can select the unwanted columns to remove. If some articles in your list appear off topic, you can remove them by clicking on the icon that represents a crossed out eye. The item disappears then from the list. You can reinstate it by deselecting it in the Hidden DOIs box. The results can be downloaded in Excel format by clicking on the corresponding button. You then obtain an Excel file with all bibliographic metadata that could be of interest to you. It is also possible to apply some filters to your search, of course. For example, here we decided to carry out our research on articles published over the last 5 years, therefore between 2019 and 2024, in journals ranked 1 star, 1 and 2 belonging to the field of strategic management. Naturally, the constraints being greater, the number of occurrences articles decreases drastically to reach 56 articles. It is also possible to do a specific search on an author. To do this, simply fill in the last name alone or supplemented with the first name of the investigated authors in the corresponding box. After clicking on Search, you will obtain the number of documents signed or co-signed by this author, which are referenced in the Dataman FR database. If you wish to explore the publications of one or more scientific journals belonging to the FNEGE list, click on the Journal dialog box and enter the name of the journal. In this example, we're looking for the journal Système d'Information and Management. Once the journal is identified, select it and click Search. Here we see that this journal has 325 occurrences in the Dataman database. You might be interested to know that the results obtained with Dataman can be combined and enriched with the ARTIREV application developed by Scanlitt. Using a search interface similar to the one we have just presented to you here, the system then collects bibliometric data directly from Dataman. Here we are looking for articles using the concept of business model in their titles and published over the last 5 years in strategic management journals, that is 105 articles. Rather than a raw list of articles, and among many other functionalities, ARTIREV offers two mappings of results. The first map allows us to identify the schools of thought in the research field, that is to say the scientific documents that are most important for understanding the field, those that must be read to have the minimum knowledge to work on the subject. The second, which is on the screen at the moment, is a map of current scientific conversations on the subject studied. Each of the color groups here represent a specific research themes. These results make it easier to read and understand scientific literature and help you to more quickly target the articles that you will use for your literature review, to build your courses, or quite simply to update your knowledge on a given subject. Do not hesitate to consult our website to discover ARTIREV in more depth and take advantage of a free test for 7 days, allowing you to experience a new way of doing your document research with scientifically valid results, targeted on the articles most relevant to your search, prioritized and classified because they are organized into units of meaning. Thank you for following this tutorial on using Dataman FR. The FNEGE and Scanlitt teams hope you enjoyed the exploration of the scientific literature with the help of our tools and invite you to follow us on our various social networks to keep informed of the news and evolutions concerning the database Dataman and the ARTIREV solutions. Finally, if you have any problems using Dataman, do not hesitate to send a message to the email address that appears on the screen.